Nice. Oh my god. This thing. Sophie, you always take the first place in my heart. Sorry, third, sorry, third, sorry. Oh, I need to see this. Oh, Augustus! Marwan. Marwan's in the gym. Wow. And Philip is there as well. But Manjit is the handsomest one out of all. Look at that. Look at that handsome face with that mustache. Oh, Kashif as well. I'm honored to see finally put a face to the name. You guys are treating me today, and the girls, of course. iPhone is going to the waiting room. Zoom user also going to the waiting room. One computer is also going to the waiting room. Guys, come on, change your names. At least have some respect. If you don't turn on the camera, at least let us see your names. Zoom user, goodbye. So much fun. Come back and come on. I love it. Traded. saving. Be as dirty as you want. It's only us. What happens in this all stays in this way. I don't know how, but Piero is keep sitting in the morning and even in the evening in the same spot in the car. Wow. Wow, I see. I thought you work in the car. So instead of you guys spamming the chat with that freaking Mi6 ranking bot, we just get a conversation. Alright, so quickly, I think the retracement is starting now. So going down to lower time frame, we definitely see a consolidation, but it doesn't mean that price is going to retrace in the current market condition. It's very risky. If you don't feel comfortable, you know, if you're new to trading, this is not the event that you should trade at all. We have much calmer days, Monday and Tuesday. Was it Wednesday? Yeah. Monday and yesterday was quite easy. We made very good money with much calmer market conditions. Next week is going to be, I think, easier because the market finds a direction. We don't have to worry about, you know, high impact events such as FOMC. Now I see two possible options now since price started to consolidate. Again, consolidations are relatively easy to trade. You can use either the bottom floor as a support, aim for the retracement if there is any. I don't have my crystal balls, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm expecting a retracement. After this massive sell-off, it has to be a retracement, but it's not guaranteed. And if price breaks to the upside on a lower time frame, 5 minute, then just wait for retracement and trade, but close the position as soon as possible when you're in profit. It's no joke. It could be a fake out, so you might end up with a spring and then price pulls back. It's difficult to trade today. How many of you watched the morning briefing? Three people, brilliant. Alright. I think the market is front running. Good. Please feel it. I think the market is front running a little bit with the FOMC decision. We know that 75 basis point is coming. That has the highest potential. Could be 50, but that has the highest potential 75. I think the market front run a little bit, broke out from at this point from the upward ascending channel, and you know, now found support on the daily pivot. So we could have some retracement that puts off the pressure from the front running and, you know, tricks people into buys. But this is the, I wouldn't say buy the news, it's buy the pre-news, but then sell the fact if the 75 basic point rate hike is coming. The good thing is, if you miss the breakout, miss the drop, it's not a problem because now we have direction. If price would have stayed within this channel, that would have been a problem because we had the chance that price comes higher. We already had the fake out, which I explained this morning very carefully, that I'm expecting price to tap in. This is why I didn't trade it. And now, what I'm expecting, since we had the breakout and we had some confirmation about the market direction, which is front running, then we could have the retracement. But there's no guarantee the price won't spill over a little bit higher to close out all the sellers. So be careful, be wise with the position size, and you know, enjoy the stream. Right now, I think price is going to retrace, so scalp buys, I think it's okay. Use the floor as the stop loss, but I'm not entering into any counter trade buys. I'm waiting for the interest rate decision. That said, I'm gonna make a tea, have a chat. See you later.
It's all about experience. It's to feel the adrenaline running through our veins. Like all the things we do that excite us. Whatever world we come from or live in, there are people that are born to succeed. They're called special, to hustle every day for an opportunity of a lifetime. Looking for the challenge to shape our future is something that's in our DNA. A privilege just available for a few. Traders, we see things differently, paying attention to every small detail that would maybe go unnoticed by the common eye. On or by the edge is our playground, with a constant strive for glory, seeking for a new tomorrow. Do you feel special? Take back control of your investments.
Oh, we have, sorry, there was no sound on YouTube. Alright, we have sound now. Okay, so some people asking about what's going to happen with gold now. I'm going to make a tea. You guys can explain what's on the chart because you are ready. We explained everything we've been talking about for days. We've been preparing in our whole life just for this moment. So it's yours.
Well, I think there's somebody here that knows what's happening between these.
Gold. FOMC. 75 drop.
Yeah, so what's predicted is there's a 75-point rate hike. If that happens, then the price of gold will drop. If there's a 50-point hike, then that's bullish for gold. That's the simple terms.
That's it.
I mean, based off of what news that I've been watching all week, like Bloomberg and Yahoo Finance and other places, this 75-point rate hike is obviously it's not set in stone, but that's what the market is kind of predicting. So I would consider increasing. We're just hoping to see a retracement back to, or 50% retracement on gold. And then probably by the time that happens, we should be getting the Fed speech. But the Fed speech, I don't know. Have you guys traded it before? I think we've traded it. I've only traded it once with Thomas. And it can get pretty wild. So, yeah. That's what I know.
It's crazy.
Big volatile moves.
Oh, gold's going up a little bit.
My 0.01 is in a little bit of profit.
Yeah, I'm running in a 7 cents profit. Pretty sweet. I think I might just call it.
You guys are buying gold?
Some of us are buying right now, just for a short.
It's not financial advice, by the way.
Yeah, this is not financial advice.
Into
I'm
50 pips profit at the moment.
Yeah, I'm a solar salesman, so this is definitely not my expertise.
Just looking for a little bit of a retracement before the news and I'll close it.
The result for the Fed interest rate decision can be viewed at the investing.com, but sometimes it's lagging. So guys, what's the solution for that? Because when we see the result in the website, it's the chart is already moving.
Someone usually just shouts it here.
But
Yeah,
news
someone gets the live speech and watches it, you know, and then we can listen to what's going on in the background.
it's not gonna happen same time, you know. If a news came, then not gonna happen same time. Same time, not gonna move. People are thinking, yeah, this is the mob. This gonna move. Market now. Yeah, market is coming bearish. News came bearish. Then after that, what they do? They will go for the retracement. Then after that, we can sell.
So it's like you have your own plan, like we are going to sell, and then if we see the result, we change our position if the result is not in our favor.
Dissect, like listen to what's happening, what they're saying, and then you can also look at the price action.
Yes,
Sometimes
but
you change
I'm
position.
talking about the Fed interest rate result, the
For
75
the
BPS. Yes.
quantitative data. Yes, someone just usually see it here.
Yeah.
And then you also just see still also price action, like the market sentiment, like how are they perceiving it.
Okay.
Yeah, if this news is came for the bearish, it will retest. I think is R1. We can see here 1655. Maybe can retest this one. Spike very fast, then after that get down straight 1629.
So if that's the case, it's not good to put a stop loss, or it's not good to just put
Hey,
position before the news.
hey,
Be-
wait,
Because
don't do like that.
No, stop loss, no problem.
You have to you have to be keep yourself. Don't do like that.
Thomas.
No stop loss, no problem. No stress.
Yeah.
If you don't have any stop loss, you won't have any loss.
All right. Denzel, I have a few
That's the whole
questions,
point.
brother. I was listening to this conversation. Are you here?
yes.
All right, here comes the grilling, brother. Did you attend the morning briefing, or did you watch the recording?
I watched the recording.
Did you attend the morning briefing yesterday?
Yes.
Did you attend the morning briefing on Monday?
Yes.
Did anything change from Monday to today in market sentiment or Fed communication?
Nothing at the moment. In my
Nothing.
knowledge. Yes.
Nothing changed. The only thing changed is if you look at the technicals, so fundamentally and the macroeconomics, absolutely nothing changed. In fact, there's a few things just got confirmed our bias, which is that gold and stocks are going to go down. And technically that is confirmed on the chart right now. The best way to trade high impact events, for anyone who knew, I don't recommend to trade, just observe, watch and learn. Grab a tea, a beer, whatever you drink, enjoy the conversation and learn. Observe the market. Hello, Raul. So the best. Why do you have to come always when I'm in the talk? For fuck's sake?
They would do that with purpose.
Yeah,
I wait 5 minutes when you talk too much.
I was literally away for 5 minutes making a tea. When I started talking, you come in and you ruin my
Okay.
pitch.
I
Not
just
cool.
finished my my dinner, so I think I will call in.
Anyway,
But I
so-
thought there was a Zoom for just for the members that you're not already joined, but
we had, so it was only for members when I
Release.
explained the game plan, but basically there's nothing changed since this morning. The only thing, well, it changed because gold started to drop, but I explained in the Discord chat, I sent out the analysis that with the potential retracement, exactly what you see on the chart right now.
okay.
And I was talking to our new member Denzel on how to trade high impact events. Now the first thing you always have to do is have a plan. How many of you had a plan for high impact events before joining the Alpha FX community?
None.
It was,
Not
I
many.
didn't have. Then after that I get
Usually-
too many time burning.
Yeah, usually people who don't do fundamental analysis or just mostly technical
before,
traders or new,
Uh,
but even experienced traders tend to ignore many things and not put the kind of effort that it requires to trade high impact events. But we do differently. So the first thing you always do is get the macroeconomics and get the fundamentals right, because that is going to confirm you the
Yep.
market direction. Always start with that. And you just need to read the news, you need to understand the Fed communication, and it's not top secret because if you go to the Fed website, they even have official communications, because they have to say what they're going to do. Well, in most of the cases now they're going to shock the markets in the coming months, but if you go, there's actually tons of documents which the Fed in the past few months was clear about, that the only job they have to do now is to fight inflation without fucking the market, obviously, for Joe Biden in the midterm elections. So the FOMC members and the Fed was clear about that. Clear that
What is
they're
that?
going to it's so stairs. They're going to tackle inflation, and they even there was a projection on the FOMC dot plot that what is the expected the appropriate interest rate for 2022 and 23, and you can see it's close around 5%. Now if you look at the federal funds rate, which you can see, even you can pull it up on here, 4.5%, and some of them estimate, you know, a little bit higher. So the Fed is really clear about the communication, about the expectation. We know that the Fed is going to raise interest rate, so it's a no-brainer that, you know, it's going to be definitely either 50 or 75. So that's clear. Now the market is divided into actually two groups fundamentally. The first one is the economists and the academics who actually advocates of the 75 basis point rate hike, but they also warned the Fed and, you know, everyone shouting recession, depression, you know, we're going to die, because, you know, another 75 basis point is going to put a lot of pressure on companies and those who have mortgages, you know, loans and all that. So these people, they are advocates of 75, but they also say that, you know, the market is going to crash, which is going to be right. So if the Fed increasing interest rate to 75 basis point, that's going to be bearish for gold, bearish for stocks, and bullish for US dollar, because US dollar is going to be a huge demand for US denominated government bonds, because if the base rate, the federal funds rate, or borrowing cost, or interest rate, whatever name you call it, is going to increase, that means the Fed will be ahead of the competitors, which are other countries in the global game of yields. You can see that the US, this is the short end of the yield curve, the US will be way ahead of the other developed countries such as Canada, Australia, UK, Germany, and of course Japan with the negative interest rate. So if they increase interest rate with 75 basis point, I guarantee that this yield is going to shoot the fuck up to the moon, excuse my French, and that's going to be super bearish for gold, because the real rates, the real yields are actually in a positive environment. So if you take the federal funds rate, or the borrowing cost, which is this one, but actually if you look at, you know, the 10-year treasury yield, or yeah, where is it, 4.5, oh yeah, the yield curve is actually inverted. Now, if you take this number and you minus the core inflation, so is the real yield, the nominal yield minus the core inflation, you get the positive number. And if the number is positive, it's a no-brainer that investors are not inflating away their money, and therefore there's going to be a huge demand for US dollar if the Fed increasing a 75 basis point rate hike. Now the other group of the market, which are the bulls, good old bulls, now they enjoyed a massive rally during the earnings season on gold and US stocks. So earnings season started beginning of October, September, yeah, on stocks. So they enjoyed a rally, and if the Fed increasing only 50 basis point, that's going to put some pressure off the companies, the households, the mortgages, everyone, and stocks are going to rally. And it's not me who said it, it's JP Morgan and Morgan Stanley, some of the finest analysts, such as Wilson, who is a superhero in the market. He's a good analyst, not always right, but he's expensive analyst, let's put it this way. Even they said that if the Fed increasing with 50 basis point, then the market is going to rally. The US stock market is going to rally, you know, 10%, 6 to 10%, which is going to be huge. The reason for this is because it would signal that the Fed is nearing to the end of the tightening cycle. Reserve Bank of Australia and Bank of Canada already started to slow down the rate hikes, so they delivered a lower than expected interest rate, and that has led a rally in some of the commodities such as gold and stocks. So are you following me, Denzel?
Yes, yes. But my question is, for example, the result of the Fed interest rate is 75 basis point, and because we're getting the result in the investing.com, when we see the result, the chart is already moving, and also I don't know when are we going to enter the position, because usually when I enter position, I use a stop loss, and I watch a lot of FOMC samples in YouTube. Sometimes it spikes up and down before it goes into the right direction that's going to, so it might touch my stop loss before it gives me profit.
Not necessarily. Like last week, I think we had a massive drop on the gold market. I don't know, maybe it was somewhere here. Who remembers that when we had the number came out and we just immediately sold? I think it was this one, wasn't it? A few live trading ago. But, you know, to answer your question, you have to have a plan ready. And to trade high impact economic events, you have several options. The first one, which I follow, is I make the analysis as I explained to you. Chintan today put together a very easy to read and understandable translation of what we talked about, what I explained just now. The Fed hikes 75 basis points, and if Jay Powell delivers a hawkish guidance, that's going to be bullish for US dollar, bullish for US yields, and bearish for gold and stocks. Now, and the other scenarios, I'm not going to go into too much details. Now, you do the analysis and you allocate percentage and probabilities to these. And once you come up with a result that, okay, I think with my logical deduction and, you know, guesstimate, or academic research, or whatever you say it, call it, and you choose one, and you just have to go with it and choose direction. And if you see that what I explained, that I'm expecting the Fed to come up with 75 basis points, and by the time gold is gonna crawl up nice to resistance level, we already had the confirmation from the market with this sell-off, and now just waiting for the retracement, and at the nearest resistance level I'm going to sell gold if the Fed raises 75 basis points and if Jay Powell is going to be hawkish. Simple as that. What happens, you know, you have to choose a plan, you have to take a side, and you have to stick to the plan. But what happens if things doesn't go as planned? What happens if Jay Powell walks on the stage without trousers and starts to tell dad jokes? You know, anything is possible. Then you just have to fine tune. The good thing is that if you put the work in, you have the other alternative scenarios listed already, and you don't have to think, because it's already there, it's worked out, it's an easy to follow plan. That's all you have to do. The next thing I want to mention, that the interest rate decision itself is not that important. Everyone is fixated about this, that, oh, 75, 50, yes, it's important, but remember that all the professional traders, I spoke to my colleagues, my ex-colleagues at the bank, and we had a discussion. I actually called in to the morning briefing they have at the bank, and you know, they interested what the Fed is going to say at the press conference, because yes, they may going to raise interest rate with 75 basis points and the market starts crashing, but if Jay Powell just hints a possibility that there's one more rate hike, it's going to be 50 basis points, and from 2023 they're going to stop with the rate hikes or reduce it to 25, then the market is going to rally from the sell-off. I guarantee that. So many probabilities and possible outcomes. If you put the work in, such as Chintan did, and we do every single morning at the Alpha FX with the morning briefings, you should have the scenarios ready. We do the morning briefings every morning, and it shouldn't be a problem. You should not walk into this trade today with fear, because if you know all the potential outcomes and if you know the maximum you can lose, you have nothing to fear. So it's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war.
Okay, thank you, Thomas.
All right, people on YouTube, can you just guys start pumping up the number of likes? Because I'm not really satisfied with that. And Rakesh Survey just asking, please share metaphor screen. Well, if you want to watch it, here it is, buddy. It's not gonna help you to become a better trader, because I don't analyze on MetaTrader.
You want to see your trades and account.
Yeah, but you know, it's just looking at money. What if I have a $100 account, but my analysis is on point? And what if I have a $1 million account, but I'm a shit trader?
Yep, yeah, I agree. But still, people are curious sometimes.
Oh yeah, they like to watch others, you know.
Hello.
And I'm happy to show. Hello, who's that?
Hello.
Aswin.
Guys on YouTube,
Hello.
please push the, because there is correlation between gold going up and the number of likes. The more likes you push, gold will go up.
Absolutely.
We tried it many times in several sessions before, and it
Yeah.
worked. So
You
let's
have
do it
learned
again.
a lot, Don. You have learned a lot this last
I
week.
learned. Yeah, I learned quick. So please, guys, push the like button and let it hit 500 for the next time, and let's get to 1680 today, and then let it fall as it helped.
Look, he has a plan.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to interrupt again. There is our beautiful Nikki who can't access the Zoom.
Is Nikki the hot girl, Nikki?
Yes,
She doesn't
herself.
listen.
She is hot. Nikki Brasse.
She's Dutch.
Yes.
You better get her here.
Why she can't access the Zoom?
I don't know. She said it's giving her a passcode. She needs a passcode.
Oh, where is Nikki? Let me help Nikki.
Thank you.
Passcode. I don't know if there's a passcode. I need to find out. Well, I only allow her if
Hello,
he turns on the
Thomas.
camera.
If you click on the meeting, you see a passcode.
Hello.
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 Thomas.
Hello. Hello.
Ashwin.
Can
Hello.
we look at USD JPY? Can we?
Yeah. Relax. I'm not trading USD GPY. Only gold and US30 I have open positions.
Okay. Okay.
But we will look at it definitely. But the problem with the intervention from Bank of Japan is just absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
So hence I'm really curious. How can I see the? How can I see the passcode for the meeting? I feel old. I don't know how to find the passcode for the meeting. God. Now I know how Raul feels sometimes.
I told you, click on the meeting and you see a code, Thomas.
Oh, I got it.
It doesn't usually ask for a passcode. It doesn't normally ask for one.
Depends on.
It never, but only from the, from Nikki the hot girl.
It comes from another. She wants to join via another computer. So maybe that's to do with it.
Could be.
Maybe it's
Unrecognized
too hot
device.
to Zoom to handle.
Yeah, too hot for Zoom. I think she's a model. Hi, Nikki.
Hello, Nikki.
Nikki, you here?
Nikki?
Hello.
Hi.
Nikki.
Hi.
Nikki.
Oh.
Hey, I'm back. I'm back. And that's why they call me Stone Shady.
Nikki,
Yes,
are you
who's
here?
that?
Did you enter?
Again.
Nikki? Nikki is not here.
Oh, Nikki, you're so fine. You know my mind. Hey, Nikki.
Was the passcode wasn't working? Didn't work.
I think she's here.
She's inside.
She's just shy. She is shy.
You guys are scaring her. Too much testosterone.
Oh yeah, Nikki is in. Nikki Brasse. Hi, Nikki.
She's preparing for next time how to talk.
Yeah, we were talking about a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, everybody mute. Let Sophie do the thing. Okay.
So if you do what?
Come on. I actually interrupted all the community to get you here, Nikki.
Nikki says that I can hear you guys, but my PC is working against me. I think that's bullshit. I think just Nikki doesn't want to turn on the camera because she's just way too hot, and Zoom would freeze down.
Good evening, everyone.
That's not Nikki.
Good evening. That's not Nikki.
No, that's definitely not Nikki.
Nikki, is that you?
No. Yes, what would you like?
I would like gold to go to 1680.
Well, that would be nice, wouldn't it? 1680. Jeez. That's a big pump up.
And then back to 16.9.
Whoa.
69, yeah.
79.
16.0. Okay, 16.09. Let's make it clear.
Oh, I like 69 better.
Okay, and then let's go up as much as.
More.
I called the Fed guys today. They forwarded me to the mailbox, so I couldn't do much about my plan.
Murali does. Who's that Nikki? I want to see him. Oh God. Ivan, if you're listening to this, send me an email. Go to the website and send me an email. I have a gift for you.
Lucky bastard.
Excuse me?
Somebody's got to get lucky.
Excuse me?
Why so always bitter, Raul?
It's always Raul. He's like...
Always Raul.
Oh God.
Chill.
I love him. No, it's
So
fine.
what?
I get-
So what, Sophie?
Nothing, Raul. Chill.
Actually, Raul is the only person in the group who can say anything and he never will be kicked out. For now.
I shall tell you something, Thomas. You don't
No,
mute
please.
me. Last
No,
time
please.
I logged in with Henky and I was muted in 5 minutes.
With Hanky.
You forgot to put your last name of Panky on it.
Oh, Hanky Panky. Oh.
I'm not sure if I
Logged
understood
in
the
with
joke.
my tablet and that has the nickname Hanky on Zoom.
Or when
Ah.
when I
you,
started,
you're complaining about my chairs make some noise.
when I started,
Blame it on the chair. We know it's your joints.
when I started watching this channel, I recognize Raul's voice and his name more faster than anyone else. Then there is this other guy.
Alan.
No, he has a British accent, and there's another guy. He's in Saudi or somewhere. He always
Saudi.
Marwan.
Yeah, Marwan.
Marwan is cool.
Saudi.
It's like those three active people.
Yeah.
Like this is like.
I have to.
Yeah, actually, Raul is very active. Surprisingly, compared to his age.
Like I was even thinking like Raul is part of the team on the channel. Like, yeah.
I'm so active, Thomas, that if you don't respond to people, they send me a private message. Can you ask Thomas? What about
Yeah,
that?
it's like pilot and co-pilot. So Thomas is the pilot and Raul was the co-pilot, you know?
No. We are equal pilots. I have
Yeah.
all the greatest respects to Raul, not because of his age, but
He's old.
But-
Yeah, thank you.
Raul has proven.
48 guys. It's
I
not
mean,
old.
Raul, do you realize that 2 years, it's 26th of November, it's gonna be 2 years Alpha, and
Yeah.
I know Raul for 2 years now, and I have all my respect to him. He's a good trader. I saw the
I was
development.
One of the first ones.
Yeah, the
We
first
all
10.
do.
And the value that he adds to this community is just absolutely insane. So thank you.
Raul's analysis channel kills it.
I thought I thought Raul was part of the team. Then when I noticed that Thomas was going on buy, then Raul is going on sell, then I realized there's no correlation between both of them. So that was the interesting part, actually.
That's because he's a prick sometimes, but you know, he's still my friend, so he's just taking a piss.
Guys, you have to learn. In the morning you take my trades. With the London session you take Thomas trades and you have 100%.
That's actually true.
So what about New York session? Whose trade we should take? Watch. Guys, speak something. It's spooky.
Nobody answered you. That means on New York, you're on your own.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's
Nobody
Halloween,
really
guys.
trades
I
New
felt
York. Well, they trade at the open, but they don't trade the whole session. They usually get off before.
I tried to find a trade in the morning round opening London, and then I don't do anything till what is it? Just before New York. York is opening. It's simple, is it?
Chip's going. Where are you gonna go, Chip? No.
40 minutes left.
Do I miss something, Sophie?
That's not me, Raul.
Oh.
Do we have the
Who
same
was that?
voice?
Oh yeah, B. BB.
Oh my
BB.
god.
You're always at YouTube. Why are you in the Zoom now?
Because you guys said you missed me.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I'm just on YouTube because I always get in trouble on Zoom because you know you guys always get me in trouble.
Oh, maybe it's a good advice for me also.
See, that's why I was just keeping a low key.
Yeah.
This is not a financial advice.
All right.
But then I start spamming Thomas on YouTube. It's not
Yeah.
good
Oh my
either.
god. Like, and I can't kick you out because I like you. So we have some questions on YouTube, which the reason for the streams is to actually add some value for you know the lower 10,000. Ali is asking, he thinks that he doesn't think that the Fed will pivot. They only God, why is it moving so fast? So Ali doesn't think that the Fed will pivot. The only thing they can change is the projection to show that they are going to pivot. I do agree. They would lose credibility if they pivot, but on the other hand, we have midterm elections. So even though it's individual institution from the government and should not affect decisions by the government, we don't know. Two central banks in the world, Royal Reserve Bank of Australia and Bank of Canada, last week and the week before did actually deliver lower than expected rate hikes. Now, it doesn't mean the Fed is going to do it, but anything is possible. Remember that the Fed has only 2 more meetings for the end of the year. The 7 weeks and Christmas, guys, I'm not sure if you realized, there's 2 more meetings, 2 more rate hikes, and one of them has to be 50, because then we would go way over than the projection, which you can clearly see from the FOMC dot plot, which shows the assessment of appropriate monetary policy that they deem appropriate, the level. You can see 5% on the right. Now we're gonna go above 5%, but they also have to shock the markets in order to really start see inflation is peaking. So one of the rate hikes in my theory should be 50 basis point. Which one is going to be, now or December? I believe today we are going to see 75 basis point. It's gonna go with the market expectation, but maybe Jay Powell, 2 options. Jay Powell is gonna go with 75 and go super hawkish, and that's going to absolutely hammer the markets. And next month, when Christmas is coming, then they're going to put out some communications that, okay, they're going to maybe slow down with the rate hikes, and then in December they're gonna increase only 50 basis point to calm the market. Is it gonna help to fight inflation? We don't really see any evidence yet that inflation has peaked. We see some contraction in the economy, a lot of contraction in the economy, but the prices are still high because majority of the inflation is actually imported. So it's quite tricky, but I think this will be a 75 basis point rate hike. And Vijay Stark is asking, does FOMC statement make impact on the market, anyone? Not straight away, because the FOMC statement is a 15 to 20 page document, which I do post every single FOMC meeting to the team, but I don't think they read it because it's boring and it's long. But then the next day I translate it and I pick up all the key communications and read between the lines for you guys, but also some of the, like Financial Times and Bloomberg does the same thing and highlights the important things from the FOMC statement. But today, yes, FOMC statement is important, but it's too heavy to trade. You're not going to read 15 pages and trade it when you have interest rate decision. Absolutely no, impossible. But the other thing that traders like to trade is the FOMC press conference, which is really hard, delivered by Jay Powell. And with the trade, many times we had great success, but it's hard to trade because he's constantly changing between sentences. Starts with being hawkish and then moves into dovish, and starts with they're going to raise interest rate to tackle inflation, and moves on that he believes stock market is gonna survive, and that moves up the market and then down the market and then up the market. So it's a complete nonsense. So this is why it's difficult to trade. Any questions? Are you guys still awake or you fall asleep?
Yeah. I have a theory. I don't know. Even if the interest rate increase is 0.5, it is still an increase. So
still an increase.
The interest rate is increasing. So in my opinion, it might have an impact on gold that it goes up, but it's temporary.
Okay. I have a great example to explain this to you, Marwan. Let's imagine you piss off your wife so bad that she doesn't talk to you. And you start to worry like, oh, I did really piss her off. But then she, taps your hand and winks at you. And you see, oh, it's okay, she's not mad at me. The same with the Fed. Exactly the same. Slaps the market, but not too hard. So it reminds the market that I'm still here, but it's gonna be okay.
But at the end, she might make you feel it's okay, and then
she's gonna screw you.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Here we go. Here we go.
That's only on a good day, guys.
So
what a great explanation,
So this is what you should expect from the Fed.
Yeah, but the thing with wives is that you bugger up, she'll remind you of it 2 years later. It's fun.
Hello,
5
Alan.
minutes later, 2 weeks later,
Hi there.
2 months
Hi,
later.
Alan.
Hiya, how are you?
Hey, Alan.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Hey!
I'm fine, thank you.
Good to have your camera on, Alan. What a
but
gorgeous
need my
looking
glasses,
British
can't see
man.
otherwise.
You could be the next James Bond.
Very unlikely.
Very unlikely. I love that.
I love Alan.
Alan's great.
Yeah,
So
I'm probably my age. It's more of an M rather than a James Bond.
True that. So Stefan Christian YouTube asking, why do you think the Fed can't pivot? Because they would lose credibility. They can pivot. I never said I don't think they can. If you listen to the stream, then this Chintan's summary exactly summarizes up what we've been preparing for days. And we have rate hike, we have market sentiment, which are actually necessarily not market sentiment, but the possibility of what Powell is going to say. So anything is possible, and we have the plan. Do you have a plan, Stefan? That's the question. It's more important. And we have 32 minutes, ladies and gentlemen.
Thomas, I'm still relatively new to trading Forex. Has there been a time that you've been trading, or has there been a time when bonds were less than any other currency?
So what was the question? Is better time to trade a particular currency?
No, I haven't been trading forex that long, and since it's only been 5 months, but since the time that I've been trading US, it just seems like the dollar's been super strong. Has there been a time when the US dollar was one of the weaker currencies?
We have to go back in history.
Well, not that far. The other year, I mean, it might be. I'm trying to think now whether it was last year. I think actually last year or the one summertime, it was much weaker at that point, and the euro and GBP were going up all the time to new highs. So there has been times when it's been the reverse, but like you said, you've been trading for the last 5 months here. The last 5 months has been, very powerful for the dollar.
Yeah,
I was thinking.
When I first started, I was like,
I was looking for historically. If you look at the yields, usually when the yields are really low, but if other country offers higher yields than the US, then usually the US dollar is quite weak. 2008 was actually the massive cut in rates because obviously the 2008 financial crisis. Yeah, but US dollar is the reserve currency. Before it was the pound for 100 years, and every 100 years there is a change in reserve currency apparently. Now it's the US dollar, but US was actually very smart because I'm not sure if you know, but during the Bretton Woods, or at the Bretton Woods, when they come off from the gold reserve, the gold standard, there was like 180 countries, and they said, yeah, we're gonna come off from the gold, and they were really smart because with the oil producing countries, they negotiated a deal that, okay, so we come off from the gold standard, we allow you to print as much money as you want, but would you mind if we denominate all the oil in the world in US dollar and all the commodities? You fine with that? Okay, fine, just sign here. And that is called the petrodollar system, and that is one of the smartest move in history because that creates a huge demand always for the US dollar. If you want to buy corn, wheat, oil, gas, name any commodity which isn't denominated in US dollar. That's smart.
That makes more sense. I didn't know that's what, like, I knew kind of why they called it the petrodollar, but I didn't know the history behind it. So it's really cool. Thank you.
You're very welcome, my friend. Are you ready to double your money?
I am. I'm up 1.5% today already.
It's very nice.
Good day.
Hey, Thomas, can I ask a question?
You can ask 2 questions. How you doing, Atsas?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Very good. I haven't heard you for a long time, brother.
Yeah, I was just watching your trades and watching your analysis. That is amazing, bro. It's an amazing experience in this beautiful community. And I just want to ask that you just mentioned the petrodollar agreement. So recently there was a development like this Saudi Arabia has signed some type of contract with China that they will sell their oil to China in yuan, and same likely that due to some restrictions of US, Russia wasn't able to sell the oil in US dollars, so they started to sell the oil to India in their local currencies. So due to the selling of oil in yuan and in Indian currencies, this will how this will affect the dollar strength? Can you please
There's going to be less demand
put some
for
light on this?
Well, first of all, we have to know the volume, the size of transactions. If it's negligible and they just filling up some local buses for China and buying gasoline for, it has to be like a massive volume in order to affect the demand for US dollar. And I don't know any details about this. I don't see behind. If it's like a global, like a full scale, that the whole country is actually buying every oil in yuan or rupee, then you have to compare it. That what is the size
I
compared to.
want to mention here that China and India are the two big Asian countries with the most population. So India is currently buying 60 to 70% of its oil demand from Russia, mostly in Indian rupees, and also on some discounted price. And China is also in, I think the largest oil importer of Saudi. And
the problem with this is I don't trade oil, so I can only give you a high level answer. But if there is less dollar being used to pay for dollar, or for one of the biggest commodities in the world, is more other currencies being used, there's going to be less demand for US dollar, because why would they buy or exchange the rupee and the yuan for dollar if they can pay in the local currency? So there would be less demand for dollar partially, but it's not everyone who can pay in local currency. But again, you need volume and size for this. All right.
Okay, thanks.
Anyone scalping the buys on the retracement?
I'm
more
from 1946.
Same.
Right. This is quite
Me
risky.
too. Me too.
Oh, guys, you are faster than me. This is quite risky, but I'm expecting, as I'm showing on the chart, we're not out of the views because we have the ceiling, but we don't know when the price is going to be slapped down. Looks like it's edging a little bit higher.
Yes, making new highs slowly.
Yeah, but for me it's too risky to enter into buy. I'm just gonna set on the side because it's FOMC. I'm more interested about whether my theory is gonna be correct and whether we're going to see prices pushing up to the marked selling level, and how gold is going to react to the Fed decision, because I put together the macroeconomic analysis and I'm gonna see whether it's correct or not. Okay, maybe that's.
If I could just mention a point, Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
To the earlier question raised, just want to highlight that India imports most of its oil from Middle East, Iraq, and Saudi Arabia, and from Russia, it's not as much as it can make a difference. I just thought I'd put that point across.
Yeah, you guys might be right. I don't trade oil, so it's not something that I'm an expert in. And I'm gonna close another maturity of my gold sales, another 50%, because we are 24 minutes away from the interest rate decision. And I entered into the position you can see on the screen. Just testing my theory. Quick scalping, nothing major. So I'm keeping the loss under 1,000, hence I can afford to enter with the higher lot. And the potential.
Going in a buy. Okay, already in a buy too.
Oh, fuck's sake, Raul. You always have to
But
Uber
did you
me.
take profit? 52?
69.
No. Good. Let's see what I have.
Oh, and it's already in profit. £50 profit, ladies and gentlemen.
50.
50.
Lot more.
150. Oh, whoa.
Nice.
But I entered 45.
Wow. I know you are brilliant, Raul. I can't beat
Yeah, you see, you don't want to fall further. It lines perfectly up with. You can draw a perfect trend line. So easy peasy. So Thomas, we agree the trade. Hey.
Oh, do we?
You aware?
Very good.
Very good.
Very good,
we
my
have
friend.
Very good. Very good.
Very, very cheap.
Triple your money with the Alpha FX.
Triple your money. Double your money. Triple your money Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Okay, so the maximum I can lose is 500 pounds, so it's quite reasonable.
Yeah, it's reasonable. Very, very good, Thomas. I'm proud of you.
Oh, I have 2 vanilla ice cream, please. 2 scoops of vanilla.
Thomas, do you have any US 30 positions open still, or no?
Mm-hmm. But I closed majority of the US 30. I'm expecting another, pullback.
Yeah, I just closed mine.
We have 20 minutes until the stream, the raid decision, and then who's going to volunteer to tune in to the FOMC press conference like we did last time? Alright, just one at a time, don't rush. And this is how you scalp.
What is it on? I can do it. Can you find it on YouTube?
Yeah, I think it will be.
Hello, I'm driving. I can't, unfortunately.
It's fine if you guys just say who can. Thank you, Bram.
I can.
I'm just leaving work, so I need to listen to this. So.
Oh, yeah, good.
Oh.
Bram, don't drive and trade at the same time. It's not healthy.
No, that's why. No, that's why I'm just listening. So it's very painful to listen, but I listen.
Is it on Bloomberg?
Work on your emotions.
I still have I still have a sell from 56. So.
To answer your question, I tried to find the link, but most likely usually it's in Bloomberg as well, and
yeah, Bloomberg has a live video right now, so if it comes on.
But Bloomberg has advertisements as well, which is not good.
The federal official website broadcasts live there.
But whoever has experience doing this, because I don't want to screw it up.
Easy swishes. I would have parked the car somewhere safe and trade.
Almost 800 persons on YouTube, Thomas. New record.
Yeah, but these viewers, the kind viewers, only pressed 328 likes, which means that they don't like the stream. The best way to get some feedback is if I look at the likes and it's above 500, but today is not, so I'm doing something, or maybe it's you, I don't know, but we're not doing something right.
You will get 1000 likes from me.
Thank you, Navid. And what's a record is we have 200 people in the actual Zoom.
Yeah.
Lee Vlogs is asking me in direct message, dear Tomasz, where will I see when you enter a trade? Well, you see in the Zoom, but you don't see on YouTube because it's two different screens. One of them is MetaTrader, which is going to most likely wipe the stop loss soon in the pullback. Wow, I was expecting a bit. Oh, okay.
I think you guys know, but usually gold moves like $20 a range a day, like average 15 to 20 up and down.
Yeah.
And today the lowest was 45, the highest was 58. So basically we got today's target, but on days like this you get an extra 20 bonus. Sometimes it goes up to 40 in total. So $25 in a move, that means from the current price 48 up 25 or 48 down 25 to 20. So we're expecting 68 or 28.
69.
That's bonus.
That's the bonus.
Alright,
69.
so quickly guys, now this is how you scalp. I'm already up 700 pounds, obviously higher lot size, but this is how I scalp usually. Is I look for entries on you know, higher time frame. I see whether the price is going to, you know, retrace somewhere, and if it starts to retrace, starts to go to that price level, which I showed you in TradingView that I was expecting a retracement. And if you start that, you know, it's getting sucked close to that price level, which is 1650, then I go down to lower time frame in MetaTrader and start looking for entries. Simple as that. This is how I scalp usually. Now, we have a new 15-minute candle, which opened quite nicely bullishly. I'm gonna move the position into stop loss. What was the position? What did I say? Around 50. So this is a live scalp I showed you guys live on YouTube.
Nice.
Nice, nice. Around 52 they will hit your 100%.
And I went down all the way to the 1 minute time frame to see price action, and now it's running in £1,000 profit. So I'm gonna lock it in because I didn't plan to.
Secured.
Yeah, breakfast is secured. I'm done with that. I'm fine with that money. I don't need bigger lot size. I'm just wondering why the fuck is, yeah, it's moving up. I still have sell from, you know, higher, and we are close to the interest rate decision. So this position, I think it was around 10 lots, but I closed 90% of the position. FOMC, we don't know what the number is going to be. We have a good guess what's the number going to be, and hence I closed down every single position apart from one tiny lot. Should we do like more scalping sessions during the day with you guys?
Yeah, cool.
Yes, please. Yes, definitely. Yes.
Right.
Yes, please.
Yes, very useful.
Alright, if you do guys want, invite me and I join and see how you scalp. I try my best, but you know, scalping isn't my strength, which should be, because usually when I enter a trade it goes down nice 100-150 pips and then reverses. And who entered into the buy with me now or before?
Me.
Good.
Me.
Yes, I did.
So you made money already?
Me as well.
Okay. The scalping session is only going to be for.
Every time you have your live on YouTube or you stream and you enter a position, it's always like minimum 30 pips.
I do.
30 to 50 pips.
I always catch that amount every single live trade, if not.
Yeah.
12 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. So for next week, we're going to do some scalping sessions with you guys.
Very, very good.
I thought your wife's gonna be having her kid next week.
Actually, maybe next year. We're going to, yeah, I think next week or the week after the latest, if the baby doesn't want to come out, they're going to ask him nicely to come out.
That's the same thing that happened to my kid. He was late. He was born on November 18th, actually, and he was late 2 weeks.
Well, maybe they're going to be on the same day. We expected, actually, we were scheduled for the 18th, but now the 13th, so a week early, because he's a big boy now, and mom doesn't really like. She's a hero.
Right now, huh?
She's a hero. I salute to all the women who bear children.
2 weeks. That last 2 week, 3 week, month.
Yeah.
It's terrible for them. I couldn't do it.
It's painful. Oh shit! Why did I close down my scalp?
I'm feeling
no,
my
I haven't
scalp.
tried that one. Oh, we have the link. I'm gonna post it into the Zoom chat. You guys, if someone can tune in when the speech starts.
Make sure it's working before, just so that we don't have complications during.
Oh my god, why did I close down my 10 lot scalp? I would be up like, you know, double, so it wouldn't be just 1,000, it would be 2,000.
Yep.
RTG square RTG on YouTube says, I want that bald head. Do you want that 8 inches that comes with it, brother?
Oof. Oof.
That sounds like 4 inches twice.
Yeah, I can fold it.
I didn't notice your nose was that big.
Ellen is back.
It's nose coloration theory. Sometimes it might not work.
Guys, this scalp was just so beautiful and I closed it. But I'm happy, you know, big money. Can't complain. And today, if you don't feel confident, don't feel pressured to trade. It's absolutely fine. Market will be here tomorrow, next week, even next year, I think. So there's no rush. If you're new to trading, this is not financial advice, but I wouldn't recommend trade. Just observe, enjoy the stream and the conversation. So quickly summarize what we've been talking about for the last week. That the Fed is about to deliver another interest rate decision, and the market is actually front running now, and everyone is expecting. Well, the market is divided into two parts. The bulls, they think the market or the Fed will increase 50 basis points on the hopes that Reserve Bank of Canada, Reserve Bank of Australia, and Bank of Canada deliver the lower than expected rate hike. And they started to speculate and come up with all this nonsense that the Fed is going to pivot. Chances are slim to none, but one of the rate hikes have to be 50 basis points if they want to keep the target. But I guess it's going to be December. Now the bears, so myself, we think that the market is going to go down because they raised 75 basis points. if they raise 50 basis points, then it means Jay Powell had a very good dinner with Mr. Biden and maybe a 69 after, because that would, for me, it would signal that the Fed would lose credibility 100% if they raise 50 basis points. If they raise 50 basis points, the market is going to I'll show you what's going to happen if they raise only 50 basis points, or yeah, if only 50 basis points. So this is where we are now. If they raise 50 basis points, the market is going to go up like this. I guarantee that. If usually I'm always 50% sure about something, but this is I'm 100% sure. If the Fed raises 50 basis points, there's going to be a fucking big rally on stocks as well. Let's have a look on stocks as well.
The last rate hike that
All right. So we are at the pivot on
traded
US
as well.
30. I'm going to take a small sell. Just a tiny bit of sell. So it's going to be just one lot. I'm going to allow a bit wider stop loss, because it's interest rate decision day. Maximum I can
Thomas, I
use.
never traded US 30. I just watched it, the way you guys do it. But don't you think there's a gap up there?
It depends on
from
your broker.
selling point up to the upside.
Oh, the imbalance. The imbalance. Yeah. It is possible. It is possible.
Spike up then fall, I think, up to the red line.
Yeah, but I'm focused on the probabilities, the outcomes, and the potential. And right now, I see higher potential for the Fed to raise 75 basis points, which would be bearish for the market. The gap, which one is stronger, the Fed or the imbalance? I would go with the macroeconomic strategy. If the Fed is going with 50 basis points, this imbalance is gonna be filled, but even higher, it's going to be filled as crazy. So that's the position I entered on US 30, with a bit wider stop loss. On gold, the gold is gonna be more volatile, I think, than usually. So I'm gonna stick with that one single lot. I just made 1,000 on that scalp, so I'm not gonna jump in or risk any more money. Maybe, hold on, let me go back to the drawing board. We have 4 minutes. So we do the analysis at macroeconomic level, or I do, with the help of some of you, and then I look for entries on the technical side. Now on gold, I explained that the market already started front running and broke this upward ascending channel, and that lines up with that the Fed is going to go with the 75 basis point, and how nicely started to retrace back. So if the Fed raises 75 basis point, I'm gonna place another small sell, but I'm not into any rush, and don't advise anyone to trade if you not feel comfortable or if you're new to trading. And we have 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And we have 1,000 viewers on YouTube, the first time ever. So I hit already take profit today. And all time. This is an all-time high, guys. I do appreciate everyone who's watching. Thank you so much. If the Fed delivers 75 basis point, sell the shit out of gold and stocks. But make the money, take the money, log the profit, because after that we have the FOMC press conference. You don't want to hold anything by that time. We're going to live trade it. I'm gonna enter into another sell on gold. Cheeky. If the Fed raises 50 basis point, then everything will be invalidated and the market is going to rally like really hard. It's gonna rally thousands of pips.
Do we have somebody to stream it? Did we find somebody?
That's going to be after, I think, 30 minutes or 15 minutes, 34 minutes. And we have 1 minute 20 seconds, ladies and gentlemen, so buckle up. I'm gonna show gold and US 30. Turn off the lapels indicator. We have 59 seconds.
And they start trading the spread.
Yeah, the spread is widening at this time. We have 45 seconds.
Yeah, regulated market. Let's wait for that bar.
Nice. 24 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. 24 seconds.
18. 10.
9, 8, 7, 6,
5,
4, 3, 2, 1. And the interest rate decision of the Fed. Let's see whether it's 75 or 50 basis point. And everything is just froze down. My MetaTrader, my trading view, everything. What was the result? 75 basis points. Sell the shit out of everything. Sell. Oh, the cheeky. What is so volatile? Look at that. It's just fucking dirty moves all over the place. That with the upside.
It took all.
Oh my god, that dirty move is just disgusting. I don't care. That is a dirty move. It came back to the area which I marked is going to come back, but that was a freaking dirty move. That is a dirty move. It's going to come down. The fuck is happening?
The fuck?
Stocks. Gold is just absolutely berserk. The fuck?
So what's the result? 50 basis point or 75?
No, 75. They're pumping up the market, but that is going to be a dirty move. Cheek fuckers.
What the fuck? So that's just like
don't go crazy. Don't. Yeah, the opposite. But I have a feeling as soon as it finds a resistance, and it's going to, you know, sell so hard. The fuck is happening? That's disgusting.
Basically, I think until the speech is gonna make this dirty move, and then kaboom to the ground.
That is the most disgusting move.
Buy the news, sell the fact. Now they are rushing in the market. They are buying every single penny, but then
Absolutely.
I think it's gonna drop hard.
That is the most disgusting move this year.
It's the 64 I'll stay all week.
Don't start roll. Buy the news and sell the fact. That is the most disgusting manipulation. So all my positions stopped out, but didn't go crazy the lot size. Let's wait for the FOMC. The higher it gets, the bigger it falls. Remember that. Even US 30, you fucking dirty 30. If Fed J. Powell starts hinting just the smallest, the slightest possibility of slowing down trade hikes, this rally is going to continue.
You know, the chart now looks just like the hook.
Are you selling?
No man, not doing anything for now, but if it comes to resistance, yes, I entered into a sell on US 30. But I'm not going to, you know, recommend anything today because its market is crazy enough. You know, if you're not
Are
feel
you selling on the
confident.
top or no?
Hmm?
No, I think this time we don't have to sell because price action is very volatile. It will take up, it will take
It
down.
will, yeah.
very, very
But I saw that the resistance. Let me just show you my meta. Yes, I entered into a sell on US 30. But and I'm gonna start looking in profits because I had to recover the stop loss hits, so I entered with a little bit heavier lot size. Gold, my fucking.
But why is the market artificially pumping while we have 0.75?
I think they're waiting for Powell, and that was clearly a dirty move.
And it's also how institutions make money.
So,
you're right. Okay, guys, my sell limit is 64.8.
Is it this area? 64.8.
Maybe I don't reach it, but that's my level from Sunday.
What do you see at 64.8?
Wait. On the day about the Friday, 28th of October, we had that sell-off. Around that.
Let me go to zoom out. Ah, yes, I see now. If that's the case, then this is a very disgusting move. If it came up this high, just for sell.
Yep. If you look at the 1 hour, then I draw the small doji before this big bullish candle. That's my order block, and I've marked 50% of that as my sell limit.
Would you feel confident to start selling this candle?
No, not yet.
I mean, the market is going against every economics. 75 basis point is super bearish for market, so this is a disgusting, dirty move.
Well, it was 75% as you expected, but it moved in a way to screw everybody.
Absolutely. Logically.
And that's what
it to screw everybody.
Okay, it reached Raul selling now, or is it reaching? Raul, are you going to enter into a sell?
No, not yet.
Give us a signal, Raul. Raul. My analysis was not on point today, but I'm still going to sell the shit out of this. How about now?
I took a sell.
Yeah,
I took a sell as well.
yeah. I think this is spike is because those who sell London session. Yeah, those who sell London session in Asia session, they just spike off for them. I think. Then they have to sell. They are selling now original.
Oh, I see. Okay, the buyers are selling now.
Yeah. I think this is the one. They are manipulating this one. I think this plan maybe they have. Let's see what they're gonna do.
How long is J Powell until it comes on stage? Another, come on, it's another 19 minutes.
1.5 hour. What is it?
This was the fourth straight meeting that the Fed raised 75 basis points. I think Yeah, it's 75. Yeah, 75. The fourth straight meeting, and the market reacted completely going against any fundamentals, any technicals. The only thing I see was the pivot, but it didn't even touch the pivot. This is Biden using side effect, as B said. So let's just wait. What's the stop loss, Raul?
Bad.
2000.
Just a little bit. 66.67. What is it? It says 67.
Mm-hmm.
Not too
Yeah, I
big.
think this will be a good move because now they want to trap buyer with this price action.
I
At least
entered
you have a clear
another.
direction for the coming days.
Oh man.
Actually, this spike up is like maybe against technicals, or am I wrong?
It's against the fundamentals, actually.
It's against the fundamentals, yeah.
I think it's against something, but like I'm confused. I said wrong.
It's against my bank account.
But you know, if you look at your drawing on the chart, it followed it just in a different way. It's going to that direction exactly. So I'm still expecting the next move is the down part of your chart.
Yeah. I'm also expecting the same thing because this spike is those who sell earlier in the morning. They are then. I think this is the one happening. Okay, so we have very good point. At 64, 66. That is very good point for the selling because let's see what will happen.
I think I'll reach like maybe 1680 level.
No, 1680 they cannot go because they already spiked downside. Then you cannot move this way. This is the one that people are looking for all 1680 for the sale. Then now came a 75 basis. This news, then they will sell from the little bit downside. They have master plan, I think.
Master plan.
Yeah.
So that's the. I had two stop loss hits, one on gold, one on US 30, entered again on gold, another stop loss hit, and then I sold at the top with Raul. But if it hits, I'm gonna be out because I want to listen into Jay Powell's speech, what he has to say. And now it's falling. It closed out all the sellers, going against every fundamentals. Got hooked into typical Biden using sound effect, as said by B. That was disgusting.
Definitely, he has something to say after this.
Space Edition actually has a comment. When does gold follow fundamentals and technical anyways? It does many times, but sometimes it just takes your pants down and slaps you so fucking hard.
This is why I don't trade news. I just observe, and you also need to think of like how institutions make their money. So, you know, they swipe out everyone, buyers and sellers alike. And when you trade it the next day, whatever news data comes out, it follows it fundamental life. So better to trade it the next day.
Yeah, once we have the direction confirmed, we have a retracement and then we just jump on. But this was disgusting.
Yeah. But this is a hard pump.
How hard, B? But you like hard
manipulation. That's manipulation.
That's called manipulation. No, it's...
Did anyone hold the buy from the scalp buy? Because those catched 190 pips move, but I get sucked in for a sell.
I took both. But my buy was existing previously, so it went in my direction. First one, I am holding one, and I took a sell as well.
My buy was 46. Then 52 TP is automatically hit. I don't know now what is going to happen, but I get my sell area right now, which is 64 is rejecting. Let's see.
Right. Let's start thinking about the next step, because what happened was behind us. We still have the FOMC press conference delivered by a very special and own Jay Powell. Now we have to start thinking about what is he going to do. Is he going to prop up the market and say they're going to slow down with the rate hikes? Or is he going to deliver a super hawkish speech and then crash this disgusting, dirty move which bumped up the market? Which one is going to be? What do you think?
He's going to make it the yo-yo.
But with the price action, if break this zone, it will go directly 82.
Raul, in such situation, where did you put the stop loss?
Just a little bit above the last week, or in this case, the pivot. What is it, the weekly pivot? Yeah.
So what do you think? Is Jay Powell going to pump the market or dump the market today?
Rooster.
That's your son, Raul Neumann.
I don't like it.
They don't care.
No?
Believe me.
Alright, we have the Powell speech, guys, so nothing to worry. Who made money on Monday?
Yes. Also
Just
on
one person
Tuesday.
made money with me on Monday? Who made money on
And
Tuesday?
also Wednesday.
And
We've
Wednesday
been
morning?
making money every day.
All day, every day.
That's the spirit.
No, it's not true. That's over exaggerating, but
No.
No, it's been like 2 or 3 weeks every day.
Yep.
So,
Yep, I'll come back to that as well. I've been making money.
That's not true.
Looks like it made the doji on the 5 minutes and now start dropping. I hope it at least. But we in profit. We are in profit.
Yeah, look like
Yep.
look going to drop again.
I have more faith in US 30. I'm gonna lock in some profits to cover the stop loss hits earlier.
What does 30-30?
30-30?
Essentially, the dirty 30 did what I talk about.
It did.
Dirty 30 and NAS did very nice. You know, a spike up. Gold and stock both very nice spike up.
Gold is, you know, I'm going to rename my channel, so I'm going to do trade only US 30, because in the past few months, yeah, we had some good gold trades, but US 30, no, actually it's not true, because last month US 30 screwed over.
Yeah.
It's
I went also
one day,
in on US 30.
one day US 30 is good, gold is shit, the next day gold is good, and US 30 is bad. But recently, you know, I think US 30 is paying for the bills, and I'm gonna lock in some more profits on US 30.
That's why I trade only NAS on that, because it's more than better the way index are. It's gold sometime paying, sometime not gonna pay.
Yeah, and if you look, US 30 is already 100 pips profit, while gold is only 7.
Yeah. Also, it's immediately dropping. You know, this NAS, and it's very nice. But I learned from you this thing, but Very
are
nice.
nice.
Yeah.
You are nice.
Thank you, boss. You are the one making me nice.
Making you look
Yeah.
nice. Okay, guys, I need someone to tune in to the speech, which is in 10 minutes. And bump up the volume so we can hear it.
Bump up the jam, bump it up.
I can do that.
Thank you.
Good. Then that's your
Thank
task
you.
today.
Oh god, you dirty son of a... It's disgusting.
Biatch.
So
Gold is running in profit, right?
Only 10 pips, but US 30 is 102 pips, which, you know, at least managed to cover the more than the stop loss hits, because those entries during the FOMC were smaller. So Ivan Bosniak mentioned that Ben Bernanke recently wrote a book, and actually Ben Bernanke was another
Dit was
chief.
mijn analyse zondag, hè?
Oh ja, is smakkelen. So Ben Bernanke wrote a book in 21st Century Monetary Policy. In the books he states Powell does not act before the final results, because Powell is more like, you know, aiming for the marathon, and he is not. He doesn't have those, you know, big balls like, who was that? I keep forgetting the names. Paul Walker. He is the ruthless. Okay, and we have, I think, 9 minutes until the interest rate decision.
Hi everyone.
Hello. Oh wow, Lydian just said we did hit 500 likes on YouTube and 1,000 people are watching right now, so that is already a take profit. So it doesn't matter of the outcome, I already hit the take profit because we have all-time high. And guys, listen to this, the YouTube channel is only 170 people away for 15,000 subscribers. That is something.
Never saw so many people, Thomas. Thank you. And congrats about that. It's a huge thing for you.
Not yet.
200 people here on the Zoom. So much.
Yeah.
I never saw this.
No. But
no,
the
never.
worst thing is that always during the high impact events, people want this shit to trade. And this is, you know, it always 50% of the time it goes like completely good or completely bad when the market is manipulated like today. But if you want, guys, I can trade it. It's not a problem. Only with reasonable, you know, lot sizes. And when we do the real money, the good money, on a Monday and Tuesday, something new was showing up. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Everyone is expecting that they're gonna, you know, flip the account, get the Lamborghini on the high impact days, but no, it doesn't work like that. All people came to your stream since Roger Banks didn't stream today. Well, maybe.
Oh lol. I think what? I think you are much, much better in terms of knowledge about economics. Much, much better.
Don't know, I never
Too
listened
much
to his
better,
stream.
too much.
Thomas, you are a fucking god. You know that.
Yeah.
You need to say that out loud.
Yeah. Those who trading in this industry, those who trading, They need to join this community. After that they can understand, trading is not hard, it's easy.
It's hard trading, but you know,
Hello, everybody.
honestly guys, the most of the time, like when we trade, I think we have more wins than losses, without a question.
Without question, yeah.
Without a question.
No,
Every single
no,
live trade can
with,
change.
without economic knowledge, very hard.
B likes hard.
We move directly to YouTube again. And back to YouTube again.
Hello,
I
everybody.
can't hide
Hi, Thomas.
anymore. I'm already committed. I'm here. Let's go.
That's the spirit, B.
Fight me, Raoul. Fight me.
Right,
Hi, guys.
6 minutes until J Powell is on stage, and hello, whoever said hi.
Anyone got
Yeah,
the live
this is
one?
Mohab.
Hey, Mohav.
Yeah, I wanted to ask something. It was occurring to me. I heard you just say earlier that at some point they will have to raise it by 0.5, right?
No.
So.
Oh,
what does
0.5,
it
yeah, it's
mean?
going to be December, most likely.
Yeah, but I was thinking if they raised the 0.5 now, then the aggressiveness would have still been expected by December. But if they did 0.75 now, which means maybe it's approaching the end and they're gonna ease next time by default, which is in December to be only 0.5. That's why sentiment is understanding that it's coming towards an end, the aggressiveness.
Yeah, the monetary is tightening the cycle. Quick question, Don. Did you tune into the stream of the Fed? Space Edit says that anyone who gets into trading loses hair faster than a normal person. Well, I think I'm the living example to that.
Yeah, with me it was a daughter and age. I mean, Eisenhower was president when I was born, so let's just go from there.
Oh, oh man, I love you. All right, Don, did you tune
Yes,
in to
sir.
the stream?
No, I watched it afterwards.
Oh no, I think it was Don Canavati who mentioned that he can. Or I don't know which, because there's two Dons, and one of you said that you're going to open the stream.
That was the other
Yeah.
Don.
It did not start yet, Thomas.
All right. Then prepare. J Powell is about to come on stage soon.
Ali is ready.
So, 66% of the kind people watching YouTube stream are expecting J Powell to slap down the market, to dump the market. That is what the general public thinks.
Yeah.
2 minutes actually. So if someone can start soon, or just keep your eye. When is the stream going to start? The speech, the press conference. No surprise that Powell has more views than I am. Everyone, all the traders in the world are waiting for J Powell to guide the market, to tell what is the plan. Are they going to stop with the rate hike, slow down, or he comes on stage and ruthlessly going to slap down the market after this artificial pump?
I don't know why I have the feeling that it's just going to continue up. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I think I'm like Sophie.
Don't say that.
Yeah. We
Please
got
don't
it.
say that.
No, technically speaking, we should see a retest soon. So at least we should get the retest.
I think they wanna go 75 basis That's why they pump up before going down.
You seeing it on your crystal ball, Sophie?
Do we have crystal
So,
balls?
quickly just to go. So, if the Fed, if we hear any speech, I'm gonna close down the cells now because we don't know what Jay Powell is going to say on stage. But if he hints the smallest possibility of slowing down with the rate hikes or the pivot, the market is going to rally. So this is what I thought is going to be fantasy. Now it's becoming a reality, unfortunately. And you know, if Jay Powell is going to be super hawkish and aggressive, then the market is going to be, you know, delivered with positive guidance. Now the market is going to be quite mixed. No one knows what to do. Now, if he's going to be hawkish, then the market is going to go down. But we don't know what he's going to say. Alright, new 30-minute candle. I'm gonna... who's tuning in to the stream?
I am.
And I'm gonna lower the
Very
music.
good.
Waiting.
There you go.
And I re-enter the small cell. At the high.
I think just wait. There's no confirmation on the one. Not even in the 1 minute.
We have the confirmation from Raul, but is the stream started? The Powell speech?
Not yet. Stream started, but Powell did not arrive.
Can you can turn up the volume if you don't mind, so we can.
It is up, but just now he stepped in. Yeah, just now.
Oh yes, Powell is on the stage.
Just coming on stage. Yeah, you're right.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My colleagues and I are strongly committed to bringing inflation back down to our.
Wow, just straight.
We have both the tools that we need and the resolve it will take to restore price stability on behalf of American families and businesses. Price stability is the responsibility of the Federal Reserve and serves as the bedrock of our economy. Without price stability, the economy does not work for anyone. In particular, without price stability, we will not achieve a sustained period of strong labor market conditions that benefit all. Today, the FOMC raised our policy interest rate by 75 basis points, and we continue to anticipate that ongoing increases will be appropriate. We are moving our policy stance purposefully to a level that will be sufficiently restrictive to return inflation to 2%. In addition, we're continuing the process of significantly reducing the size of our balance sheet.
Yeah, I have to bring it down.
Restoring price stability will likely require maintaining a restrictive stance of policy for some time. I will have more to say about today's monetary policy actions after briefly reviewing economic developments. The U.S. economy has slowed significantly from last year's rapid pace. Real GDP rose at a pace of 2.6% last quarter, but is unchanged so far this year. Recent indicators point to modest growth of spending and production this quarter. Growth in consumer spending has slowed from last year's rapid pace, in part reflecting lower real disposable income and tighter financial conditions. Activity in the housing sector has weakened significantly, largely reflecting higher mortgage rates. Higher interest rates and slower output growth also appear to be weighing on business fixed investment. Despite the slowdown in growth, the labor market remains extremely tight, with the unemployment rate at a 50-year low, job vacancies still very high.
That's good.
And wages are elevated. Job gains have been robust, with employment rising by an average
Need
of
more
200
inflation so they can raise interest rate.
over August and September. Below their highs, and the pace of job gains has slowed from earlier in the year, the labor market continues to be out of balance, with demand substantially exceeding the supply of available workers. The labor force participation rate is little changed since the beginning of the year. Inflation remains well above our longer run goal of 2%. Over the 12 months ending in September, total PCE prices rose 6.2%, excluding the volatile food and energy categories. Core PCE prices rose 5.1%. And the recent inflation data, again, have come in higher than expected. Price pressures remain evident across a broad range of goods and services. Russia's war against Ukraine has boosted prices for energy and food and has created additional upward pressure on inflation. Despite elevated inflation, longer-term inflation expectations appear to remain well anchored, as reflected in a broad range of surveys of households, businesses, and forecasters, as well as measures from financial markets. But that is not grounds for complacency. The longer the current bout of high inflation continues, the greater the chance that expectations of higher inflation will become entrenched. The Fed's monetary policy actions are guided by our mandate to promote maximum employment and stable prices for the American people. My colleagues and I are acutely aware that high inflation imposes significant hardship as it erodes purchasing power, especially for those least able to meet the higher costs of essentials like food, housing, and transportation. We are highly attentive to the risks that high inflation poses to both sides of our mandate, and we're strongly committed to returning inflation to our 2% objective. At today's meeting, the committee raised the target range for the federal funds rate by 75 basis points. And we are continuing the process of significantly reducing the size of our balance sheet, which plays an important role in firming the stance of monetary policy. With today's action, we've raised interest rates by 3.75 percentage points this year. We anticipate that ongoing increases in the target range for the federal funds rate will be appropriate in order to attain a stance of monetary policy that is sufficiently restrictive to return inflation to 2% over time. Financial conditions have tightened significantly in response to our policy actions, and
It
we are
says the
seeing
same thing as they did before, so there's nothing new really. It's continuity with Hawkish, but the tone, I can't really get a sense whether it's a neutral.
Especially on inflation.
It's more neutral then, because he says the same thing that he did in the past few months.
We will take into account the cumulative tightening of monetary policy and the lags with which monetary policy affects economic activity and inflation. At some point, as I've said in the last two press conferences, it will become appropriate to slow the pace of increases as we approach the level of interest rates that will be sufficiently restricted to bring inflation down to our 2% goal. There is significant uncertainty around that level of interest rates. Even so, we still have some ways to go. And incoming data since our last meeting suggests that the ultimate level of interest rates will be higher than previously expected.
Oh, that's extremely bearish for gold and stocks, because it's higher than expected interest rate. That's very bearish for gold.
We will continue to make our
starting drop.
Yeah, extremely bearish.
We're taking forceful steps to moderate demand so that it comes into better alignment with supply. Our overarching focus is using our tools to bring inflation back down to our 2% goal and to keep longer-term inflation expectations well anchored.
All right, now we're talking, Powell. Keep talking. On a Hawkish
period of below-trend growth and some softening of labor market conditions. Restoring price stability is essential to set the stage for achieving maximum employment and stable prices in the longer run. The historical record cautions strongly against prematurely loosening policy. We will stay the course until the job is done. To conclude, we understand that our actions affect communities, families, and businesses across the country. Everything we do is in service to our public mission. We at the Fed will do everything to achieve our maximum employment and price stability goals. Thank you, and I look forward to your questions.
Lock in some profits, because now the questions are approaching.
There is confirmation in the 1 minute, so if anybody wants to take a chance.
Increases at some point.
I'm looking at profits.
Everyone getting profit now.
Yes, finally, but I care about that. This young lady is asking questions we don't hear.
Of that data, given the lag effects that you mentioned.
So a couple things on that. We do need to see inflation coming down decisively, and good evidence of that would be a series of down monthly readings. course, that's what we'd all love to see, but I've never thought of that as the appropriate test for slowing the pace of increases or for identifying the appropriately restrictive level that we're aiming for. We need to bring our policy stance down to a level that's sufficiently restrictive to bring inflation down to our 2% objective over the medium term.
Okay, so now he's switching into hawkish because he's admitting that they need to do more to bring down inflation. So now finally he found his balls and admitting that they need to do more.
On the real economy and on inflation, taking into consideration lags, as I mentioned. We will be looking at real rates, for example, all across the yield curve and all other financial conditions.
The real rates I explained, nominal minus the core inflation. Lock in some profits, guys. It's important because we don't know what's the next question. Make the money, take the money.
I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of confusion out there about whether this means you're going to slow in December or not. Would you say
I will
that
retest also this one.
So, what I want to do is put that question of pace in the context of our broader tightening program, if I may, and to talk about the statement language along the way. So I think you can think about our tightening program as really addressing three questions. The first of which was and has been how fast to go. Second is how high to raise our policy rate, and the third will be eventually how long to remain at a restrictive level. So on the first question, how fast to tighten policy, it's been very important that we move expeditiously, and we have clearly done so. We've moved 3.75% since March, admittedly from a base of 0. It's a historically fast pace, and that's certainly appropriate given the persistence and strength in inflation and the level from which we started. So now we come to the second question, which is how high to raise our policy rate, and we're saying
it's important
that we raise that rate to a level that's restrictive to bring inflation to our 2% target over time, and we put that into our post-meeting statement. That really does become the important question we think now is how far to go, and I'll talk more about that. We think there's some ground to cover but before we meet that test, and that's why we say that ongoing rate increases will be appropriate. And as I mentioned,
that's bearish for gold than US 30 is more bearish because he needs ongoing rate hikes. He's not stopping the rate hikes. That's good for the sellers.
Higher at the time of the September meeting. That level is very uncertain, though, and I would say, we're going to find it over time.
We're going to find it over time. What is it, G-spot?
Economic activity, there's a lot of uncertainty. So we know that the pace of future increases will take into account the cumulative tightening of monetary policy, as well as the lags with which monetary policy affects economic activity and inflation. I would say as we come closer to that level, move more into restrictive territory, the question of...
there is confirmation in 1 minute, so if somebody wants to take the risk, this is the right time to do it.
For what?
For gold?
Yeah, gold.
But for what? Buy or sell?
Yeah, it's okay. It will come.
Sell.
Yes.
The decision has been made. Likely we'll have a discussion about this at the next meeting, a discussion. To be clear, let me say again.
I'm waiting for it to get to 65.
Yeah, I have already sell from 66.
And the question of how high to rate.
Yeah, no, I'm just waiting to see if it can pull to 65. I'm going to hit it hard.
If question is there is a question is no blah blah, it will go directly today.
No blah blah.
28.
Yeah.
Given all the concerns,
I think it's just what you see, Nat. You see the resistance, right?
And everybody else
is
dealing with their own stress as a result.
Well, I think I'm pleased that we have moved as fast as we have. I don't think we've over-tightened. There's very difficult to make a case that our current level is too tight, given that inflation still runs well above the federal funds rate. So I think that at this meeting, the last two meetings, as I've mentioned, I've said that there would come a point, and this was at the meeting at which we had a discussion about what that might mean. And we did discuss this, and as I mentioned, we'll discuss it again in December. But there's I don't have any sense that we've over-tightened or moved too fast. I think it's been good and a successful program. That we've gotten this far this fast. Remember, though, that we still think there's a need for ongoing rate increases, and we have some ground left to cover here, and cover it we will.
Now we have another question. This is why it's difficult to trade the press conference, because you don't know what the next question is going to be.
Core PCE inflation on a 3 or 6 month annualized basis and on a 12-month basis has been running in the high 4s, close to 5%. Is there any reason to think you won't have to raise rates at least above that level to be confident that you are imparting enough restraint?
I close it.
The fuck was that?
What was it?
Noman.
I think Noman was very happy that he made some profit.
Damn! I paused the second demo account in just now, and
you passed phase 2.
We'll want to get the policy.
Noman, did you pass phase 2?
Where the real interest rate.
You pass everything with alpha.
Do not think of it as the.
That's the alpha effect.
How make easy thing alpha?
And you made your dad Raul very proud with this.
Yep. No man, you know that.
So households and businesses, if they're very meaningfully positive interest rates all across the curve for them.
Good call, Nat. Good call on the short.
60-20 take profit.
I just wanted to go down.
20, yeah, sure. That's fine also.
Congratulations, Noman, on passing phase 2.
Dominant thing to look at. If I could follow up.
They phase 1, right?
No,
phase 2.
I already have. I already have a funded account. I just on Raul told me to buy another demo account. So I buy it and
it's a pre-stage.
Whatever you say, I congratulate you, but let's focus on the chart right now. Sorry. I close it.
I think that's what.
I'm not.
But I wouldn't want to land on any one assessment. There are many different.
Because if you pass already, no need more money for passing.
There's a lot of questions.
Hi, Tripal. Thank you for taking Tina Smiley, New York Times. I wonder, do you see any evidence at this stage that inflation is or that the risk is becoming entrenched?
But she's cute.
Is inflation becoming entrenched? So, I guess I would start by pointing to expectations. So, if we saw longer-term expectations moving up, that would be very troubling. And they were moving up a little bit at the middle part of this year, and they've moved now back down. That's one piece of data. Shorter-term inflation expectations moved up between the last meeting and this meeting, and we don't think those are as indicative, but they may be important in the wage-setting process. There's a school of thought that believes that, so that's very concerning. I guess the other thing I would say is that the longer we're now 18 months into this episode of high inflation.
Nice.
And we don't
100
have
pips on gold and 270 pips on US 30.
Yes.
Very, very nice dropping today.
Very nice.
The thing we need to do from a risk management standpoint is to use our tools forcefully but thoughtfully and get inflation under control, get it down to 2%, get it behind
Good.
us.
Talk hawkish, Jay. Talk dirty. Talk tough and rough. Gold likes it.
That's what you like, you dirty, talk dirty.
Rachel Siegel from the Washington Post. The statement points to the lag times. I'm wondering if you can walk us through how you judge those lag effects, what that timeline looks like over the coming months or even a year, and where you would expect it to show up in different parts of the economy.
Yeah, so
go on, Jay, you can do it. Slap down the markets.
It's a commonly for a long time thought that monetary policy works with long and variable lags, and that it works first on financial conditions and then on economic activity, and then perhaps later than that even on inflation. So that's been the thinking for a long time. There was an old literature.
Yes, gold is dropping.
Estates 1620.
And the truth is,
oh, nice, very nice dropping.
In what is now the modern economy. One big difference now is that it used to be that you would raise the federal funds rate, financial conditions would react, and then that would affect economic activity and inflation. Now, financial conditions react well before, in expectation of monetary policy. That's the way it has moved for a quarter of a century in the direction of financial conditions, then monetary policy, because the markets are thinking, what is the central bank going to do? And there are plenty of economists that also think that once financial conditions change, that the effects on the economy are actually faster than they would have been before. We don't know that. I guess the thing to say is it's highly uncertain. And so, from a risk management standpoint, it would be irresponsible not to ignore them, but you want to consider them, but not take them literally. So I think it's a very difficult place to be, but I would tend to want to be in the middle, looking carefully at what's actually happening with the economy, and trying to make good decisions from a risk management standpoint. Remembering, of course, that if we were to over tighten, we could then use our tools strongly to support the economy. Whereas if we don't get inflation under control because we don't tighten enough, now we're in a situation where inflation will become a
Timer
crunch,
Khan
and
is
the cost-
asking whether I can tell in simple words what he's saying. It's not the right time because that would be confusing, but this is why we have the morning briefings, guys, where I talk about the economics, right?
Yes.
So this is not the right time when we write trade. I do say it's a sell, but
So I think as we move now,
we have the morning briefings where I talk about all the economics and what we have to say. But this is live trading. There's no time to narrate it. But in the mornings when I do the morning briefings, I do 30 minutes every day, hardcore economics and macroeconomics with fundamentals and trading. And look at the result. Called by Nat, the sell. Very good. Well done, Nat.
Let me say this: it is very premature.
Yeah,
If
we
you'd like
should
to
be
join.
We should be safe.
Lags.
Yeah. Paul is more hawkish than he was before because they need to shock the market. So that was a dirty move earlier, but now we're out of the woods, luckily. And now it's running gold in 157 pips of profit. US 30 is 460 pips, ladies and gentlemen. That is something in it.
Thank you so much. I just made 2,000 euros. 2 open
What?
trades at 1.00.
Oh wow, very nice.
Yes, I get the first trade at 62 and another one and 57 and just close it right now.
I
2,000
get from 66, but it's still
Yeah.
running.
As you look around the economy,
I heard you since the beginning and I entry too and I put the break even and entry again and now just close it.
No, it will go down. It will go down.
I still got a sell on US 30.
narrower than it used to be.
Keep running, it will go down
572 pips on US 30 and 177 on gold. Jesus Christ. I'm glad we took the stop loss and started selling after.
Thomas.
Wow.
Thomas.
The labor market and the labor market is very, very strong. Very strong. And households,
No one.
of course, have.
This is called Alpha FX.
Still going, no way. I'm opening again.
Wow, look at that.
Thomas, your TP hit. Thomas, your TP hit.
And still not close partial,
Awesome
guys.
Day. Awesome day. Oh my
One of
god.
my positions closed in profit.
Close partial, guys. It will go 1620, 1620, guys.
I would
Today
suggest
call. 1620, 1640.
1617.
Guys, on the screen you see 800 pips.
Guys, I would suggest you take partials.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I need to take partial, yes, please, because it will wind up also.
They're not historically high, but they're much higher.
Everybody on YouTube, if you haven't pressed the like button, why? Look how many pips we just got in the live
Yeah,
trade.
guys, you better hit. I want to see 1,000 likes because we delivered. Okay, let's put it 800 likes because we delivered 800 pips.
For a couple of years
Wow.
and rates were low. We all know the stories of how overheated the housing
800
market
pips.
was.
Oh my god. That is
The
insane.
housing market needs to get back into a balance between supply and demand. We're well aware.
Absolutely nuts.
I took a cheeky sell in GBP USD at 115. It's just dropping crazy.
Poor credit.
Come on, Jay Powell. I
Cross
love you. Honestly,
Euro
I'm going to
USD.
tattoo his name on my ass.
Yes, I do it too, bro. I do it too.
850 pips. Guys, hit the like button because you just made money live on stream with these wonderful people in the Zoom. 850 pips with 2 trades. That is insane.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Hi, Victoria Guido with Politico.
How many people passed the challenge I see on YouTube? Almost end phase 2, past phase 2, past phase 1. Come on, guys. Hit 800 likes. Make me proud.
You do and don't signal from that. So, for example, wage growth is slowing, and if maybe the unemployment rate starts to tick up, will that make you sort of decrease your focus on job openings? What do you see? Are wages what's really important? How are you thinking about the labor market as it relates to inflation?
So we talk a lot about vacancies and the vacancy to unemployed rate, but it's just one. It's just another data series. It's been unusually important in this cycle because it's been so out of line. But so has quits, so have wages. So we look at a very wide range
Locks
of
and
data
partials
on the labor market. So I'd start with unemployment, which is typically the single statistic you would look to.
Lock profits, guys, because we are going to reverse soon.
Nothing with the labor supply now. We had, I think, very small increase this year, which we had really thought we would get. Analysts thought we would get.
I'm gonna lock in maturity.
Positions, take
I'm closing. Yep. Doesn't have to. I'm gonna lock in the profits and walk away. I'm gonna leave US 30. But
assuming a reasonable productivity there with the ECI reading this week.
Who made money today? Overall, what's your position? Profit, loss, break even?
Profit. That if you look at private sector work,
I lost money today.
Did come down, but
what?
overall
profit.
Three stop losses. I'm running.
You sell early.
$30, I will be on zero.
You sell early, Yasmin.
The sort of the level.
You will be on zero. Did you over leverage or over risk?
Do we see?
That got me on that dirty move, but I made some money back.
Of a gradual softening.
My first trade was a loss, but then I got back to break even, so it was great.
That's why if there is a big event, please don't try to sell before event.
They
will do opposite always.
I made £1,000 today.
They are coming down. Vacancies are their all-time high, but not quite as much as we thought because the data series is following.
Dirty move. Learned the lesson. Got sucked in. But that was really unexpected. For 75 basis point rate hike, that was the dirtiest move I can imagine. It went against every... Yeah, I was sucked into. I had 2 stop losses, but that went against any fundamental analysis. Sometimes it's shit, sometimes it's good. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. Ali, you can turn off the thing. Thank you so much, Ali, for streaming.
Thank you so much, Ali. Very too much. Thank you.
Very
good.
Great
experience.
Right. Good experience, but I think. Yeah, we made money Monday, Tuesday, and even this morning we made money. And we started.
Is there any news tomorrow?
There will be no man. Relax.
Tomorrow, you have to take break, man.
God,
you need news for phase 2.
Gamblers, he just plays
don't try
phase
to
2.
gamble again.
No. All right. Oops, I've accidentally muted everyone. Do apologize. So, learn the lesson. Today was a very dirty move, but at the end of the day, we made 850 pips, which was way bigger than the pump was and what we lost because we entered with bit higher lot size than usually. Lesson learned: difficult to trade quantitative events and high impact events, but with the help of me, suddenly we managed to turn it back. When Paul came on stage, boom, we started selling. Good job, guys. See you all tomorrow for the morning briefing. You can unmute yourself.
Thanks, Thomas. Bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Bye.
Thomas.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Guys.
Thank you. people on YouTube, thank you so much for tuning in. We are only 35 likes away from 700, so please, if you haven't hit the like button already, do it. And if you would like to join the community and get live trading every single day with me, you can do so. I do a 50% discount right now. I'm an economist and I was a trader on fixed income desk. And the 50% discount, I think there's only one pro membership, 2 membership left, and then it will be closed down for the remaining of the month. If you'd like to take it, I'm sending the link right now into the YouTube chat. It's your discount. Make sure you use it, take advantage, and see you on the other side. This is the Alpha FX. Thank you so much. Oh, my camera is still on. Guys, we're only 2 likes away from 700. Do this for me. I'm gonna stick around. When we hit the 700, I'm gonna give you another 10 slots. 2 likes away from 700, personal best. Thank you so much, guys. It was an absolute pleasure.